Well, hello there, Amanda. This is our podcast. I'm mighty darn proud of this one as well.
Are you?
I am.
Maybe you could have tried a little bit harder when we were actually doing it. What do you think?
Oh, come. Don't be like that.
Oh, come.
What
We're talking
are we
today
talking
about, well, let me tell you. A waitress is tipped a lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
She wins $10 million. How brilliant, you'd think. But she then gets sued by her co-workers, sued by the man who bought her the ticket, kidnapped by her ex-husband at gunpoint. She shoots him in the chest, and then the tax department comes for her. So the tribal drum is beating for good win gone bad.
We go down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms. You might have seen Latrell Mitchell swearing a blue streak, and he didn't care about it on the radio. Does that pass the pub test?
Yeah, Emma Gillespie joins us. She gives us the down low on what's happening with Meghan Markle. Meghan's launching a new venture. Is the timing related to Kate or not? Because everything at the moment's relating to Kate.
An Australian Idol. The apple doesn't fall far from the talent tree. Young Dylan. He's going to go all the way. Dylan, he's part of my blood.
He's not part of your blood. He's your wife's cousin's son. You don't even share blood with him.
We share talent.
And he's relieved.
We share lots of talent.
Anyway, all of that.
And gets my ghoulies. Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
What is it, you cunt-face?
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
But you're an idiot.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm well, and how are you?
I'm great. Have you seen Kate? Where is Kate?
You know, isn't it extraordinary that in the space of a couple of weeks, I have changed my entire belief system about that marriage. I now assume that marriage between Kate and Will is over, and I completely believe that he has this mistress on the side. I believe that and this is all just speculation, but the way there's been no information, so as we say, nature abhors a vacuum. I'm filling that vacuum with all this speculation that Kate has had a breakdown of some kind, is refusing now to do royal duties in light of William not giving up his mistress. There's rumours that the mistress is pregnant and she's going to have the baby. That's what brought all this to a head. There are storylines now that 2 days after Christmas, the last time Kate was seen, in the middle of the night, there was an ambulance and a police escort leaving where they live, going to a hospital. Ooh. No information about that, but it was said that 2 weeks after that she went in for some scheduled surgery. No, her kids never went to visit her. William went once.
What's going on?
Is it real? What is going on? I saw this thing yesterday, and I tend to believe this. I mean, this is how I feel. Someone bang on the door at Buckingham Palace, tell them to move this thing along. Mm-hmm. The world has other things to do than wait for them to destroy a 1,000-year-old monarchy, one flippin' photo at a time. Pick up the pace, you lazy clowns.
Yeah.
What's going on?
This never apologise, never explain thing, it's not working for you guys. Just get out there, tell us the story, and then we can all work it out.
Isn't it interesting? It is a 1,000-year-old monarchy, and I'm fascinated with the royal family. You know, Henry VIII and all of this sort of stuff, and when Harry and Meghan stepped aside, it's like this flowing river, and by dint of your DNA, you dip into it for the smallest bit of time. Mm. But imagine if this arm of it collapses here and now, in our lifetime, not in our lifetime, in the next few weeks.
Well, someone's been dipping into something.
How I know. And then I read that the BBC's been put on alert for an announcement within the next day or so. If that announcement is just that all is well, I think the
you're going to be disappointed.
Angry villagers will have to go somewhere.
You better get out of the pitchforks.
Yeah, I know.
Get down to Bunnings to the pitchfork aisle.
We need more. We need more.
Well, good. Well, we'll debrief about this throughout the show today. Action-packed show today. Emma Gillespie's going to be swinging by. We've got a new competition as well. Wicked little lyrics a little bit later on. We'll explain more as details come to hand. But the skinny is you can win.
What's the skinny?
The skinny is you can win $1,000. You don't even know what I'm talking about when I say the skinny.
No, but I heard $1,000. That's all
There
you
you
need
go,
to know.
$1,000. Not to mention Instagram, and we can't do anything until we do the Magnificent Seven. Question
Here
one.
it comes. Here comes question one. What does it mean to toot your own horn?
Jam Nation. We have for you the Magnificent Seven. 7 questions. Could you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Where is Kate? That's what I will say.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Maybe Max knows. Maybe Kate is in Campbelltown.
Max, do you have a theory or could you not give a rat's?
Couldn't give a rat's.
Well, that's question one. No, hello. Let's get to question one.
Yeah.
What does it mean to toot your own horn?
Talk yourself up.
That's it, Max.
Yeah.
Do you do that regularly, Max? You big yourself up a bit?
Oh, definitely, because nobody else does.
Yeah, it's true. You got to talk yourself up a bit. Based on his hit song, The Shaggy Defence is a legal strategy in which a person denies an accusation with which simple phrase?
I don't know.
That's the Gus Gould defence with Rabs Warren. Gus, I don't know. No, it's not that. Jamie's in Spring Park.
Hello, Jamie.
Good morning, Jonesy and Amanda.
Hello. So based on his hit song, The Shaggy Defence is a legal strategy in which a person denies an accusation with which simple phrase?
I'm not sure either. Sorry, guys.
Do you know the Shaggy song?
Yeah,
Jamie
the
knows
buzzer's
one, didn't he?
gone. You can't come. Once the buzzer goes, you're on the other side.
I was saying it generically to other people, to our listeners in general. Do you know the Shaggy song? The line from the song
Yeah.
is this.
That's all you got to do.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
The Magnificent Seven, it's question 2.
Question number 2.
Richard of Emu Plains.
Hello, Richard. How are you?
Hello, Amanda. Hello, Jonesy.
Richie.
Now, this seems to be stumping people. Based on his hit song, The Shaggy Defence is a legal strategy in which a person denies an accusation with which phrase?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't.
That's it.
Wasn't me. Caught
That's
me
known as
red-handed.
The Shaggy Defence.
Yeah. Let's play the not-so-secret sound.
Duh.
Richard, what is this sound? I love that sound.
Ooh.
I love that sound.
Wow. Can I
Do you want to hear it again? Here it is, Richard. Here it is.
It's the best sound in the world.
Except you just talked over it.
Well, do it again. It's the best sound in the world.
You spoke over the same
If you
point.
don't know that, you don't
Well,
know it. Dean's in Stanhope Gardens.
Hello, Dean.
Morning, guys. How are y'all doing?
Deaneman.
Very well. What's the noise? What's that sound?
Can I hear it again?
Yep.
Oh, that's got to be chilling and Netflixing.
Yeah, exactly.
Netflix,
You know,
that's
you're going
it.
to be Netflixing and chilling. Not necessarily in that order. Which children's author has also written a James Bond script? Is it A. A. Milne, B. Roald Dahl, or C. Peter Hellier?
When in doubt, go for the one in the middle. Roll down.
Very good.
Yeah, he wrote You Only Live Twice.
Wow.
How intriguing. I
Who
didn't
was
know
in
that.
that? What was it? Who was in You Only Live
It
Twice?
was a Roger Moore one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it had Jaws in it. Did it have Barbara Bach?
Don't know.
I just
Barbara
like-
Bach.
I just like
I
saying
defy
Barbara
anyone
Bach.
to say the name Barbara Bach without
It's
making
fun.
it sound like a chicken.
Try it,
Barbara
Dean.
Bach.
No, thank you.
All right.
No, thank you.
All right, Dean, we'll move on to question 5. Enough shenanigans. A method of restarting play in football, a scrum is short for what?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please, Amanda?
Sure. A scrum, the football term, is short for what?
A scrum. A scrummage.
Scrummage.
Yeah, I didn't know that until this either.
Yeah, waste
I'm
of
learning
time.
things today.
It should be known as. What are the 2 main toppings on a chicken parmigiana, Dean?
That'd have to be melted cheese and tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Question 7. This is where it all comes home for you, Dean. Who won last night's game, Roosters versus Manly?
Oh, bugger me silly. Manly.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
Seagulls
guessing
won.
that?
Oh, what?
Amanda's not happy about it. I thought the Roosters were going to do it, but no, it wasn't going to happen.
Didn't happen.
Congratulations, you won the Jam Pack 10. It's all coming your way. You will find a $200 Archie Brothers voucher, arcade, dodgems, bowling and bar, all in today's play at Archie Brothers. $150 to spend on dinner at Moretti's in Leichhardt, serving Sydney's finest Italian dishes since 1997. You get a chicken parmigiana there. You can get whatever you... Oh, veal one. Yum. Jonesy, about a character choose for the colouring and some Taylor pencils as well. Dino, anything you'd like to add to this?
God bless you, cotton socks, guys. Thank you so dreadfully much, and keep up the good work. You're rocking the tune.
Well done, Dean. Mate. Thank you, Dean.
The 80s DJ there to boot as well.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Are we ready?
I was born ready.
Ready, willing, and able.
Let's go already!
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was ready.
Well, I'm going to flick through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1998, Hole released their hit Malibu. You may remember this band as Courtney Love's almost all-girl group. But you may remember an incident that happened on the David Letterman show even more. Courtney Love, we tend to forget she's a musician because she's notorious for a whole lot of other things. So in 2004, she'd had a couple of drinks to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and she jumped up on the desk at the Letterman show. Remember her friend Drew Barrymore had done this? Remember Drew Barrymore jumped up on the desk and flashed David Letterman?
She got the buzz out.
She did. Well, Courtney Love thought that she would sort of recreate that moment. So here she is jumping up and singing to David.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Oh, Drew, you've had it, but I'll be there until
Thank you very much. Very sweet of you.
Dave.
We're going to lose our liquor license.
Gong him red.
Quite the songbird, isn't she?
Yeah.
That didn't end there. During her performance in a club at 2:30 in the morning, she threw a microphone into the crowd, cutting someone on the head. She got an assault charge because of it. So that day, she says, was the beginning of a 3-year rampage that she called her Letterman years.
Poor old Dave gets the blame.
Let's play Malibu.
Whoa.
Here it is.
What a banger.
Jam Nation.
I was on the South Coast on the weekend, and a very nice woman
My
called
spies
Corinne.
told me you were on the South Coast because you know where I was? I was on the South Coast too.
Yes, and you didn't even see me.
Well, I wanted to hang out with you, but I was at a wedding, and you know, the kids these days, when they get a wedding, it goes forever. It's a 3-day feast. And
yes.
You've got stuff to do. And I thought, well...
No one ever gets married just down the road from home anymore, do they?
No.
Well,
but it was a great wedding.
A very nice woman called Corinne came up to see me. I was standing outside Woolworths, outside Woolies. And she said that she had heard my ads that I did. Remember, I was doing some community ads last year talking about having free breast screens. Over the age of 40, a woman can have a free one every 2 years. Over the age of 50, have them as often as you like, and they're free. This is the best way to find breast cancer early. Mm-hmm. Well, she said that she'd remembered that ad of mine, and she just thought, you know what, that's what I should do. I should go and get checked. And she was discovered she did have a very small cancer.
Whoa.
Because she got it early enough, they could treat it without chemo, and she's now fine. But she wanted to thank me for that. And I said, well, don't thank me. Just thank the universe that you remembered to go and do it. And so when you hear a story like that, it's worth passing that on because other women will hear this. Remember, go and have a breast screen. We're lucky we live in a society where this stuff over the age of 40 to a certain extent, as I said, you can have a free one every 2 years.
Yeah.
Over 50, between 50 and 70, have them as often as you like, and it's free. This is a free service. It's really easy, takes just a few minutes to have a mammogram, and obviously it can save your life.
Yeah, you've got that.
So how wonderful that she reminded me to tell other women to do exactly that.
That is just great. That's why you're good as an ambassador for these things.
Well, anyone would be. You just, I'm lucky. I work on the radio. People hear me say these things, and it matters.
Yeah.
We say a lot of stuff that doesn't matter, obviously, but that bit matters. Maybe we should blow a whistle when we're going to say something that matters.
Like Courtney Love's Hole.
That's right. That doesn't matter.
Well,
matters to her.
That matters as well.
Matters to her.
I think plenty of people check that out. It's a 19...
Yes, but people won't stop me outside Woolies to mention it.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
podcast.
An action-packed weekend.
Well, you said you went to a wedding and you emceed.
I emceed the wedding. I had
How
to
did you
get back
go?
on the tools again. I haven't emceed a wedding for a long, long time.
Well, we spoke last week about when you emceed your brother's first wedding.
Yeah.
And you had a cold. It wasn't your fault. You'd taken some Sudafed. You'd taken some cough
Rum.
medicine. You'd taken some rum.
Yep.
You offended the priest.
I
and
didn't
your
offend
dad
the
said,
priest.
Okay, mate,
I
time
was
to go home.
The idea, the MC is a great role. It's just the glue. You're stitching everything together.
Yeah, you're directing traffic.
And I'm saying, hey, it's good to see everyone here. Father, the priest who did the wedding, good to see you here, Father. I didn't recognise you with your clothes on.
Yeah.
And it
that's
got a
nice,
big
isn't it?
laugh. It
Of
got
course
a
it
big
did,
laugh.
yeah.
But
Of course.
Dad, he's a Catholic. And I'm a Catholic as well, so I did pay for
Well,
it later.
hence the priest.
And the guilt stakes me. He said, mate, let's just get you home. But I was privileged to MC the wedding for my best mate.
Scamp's son.
Little Billy got married, and he's young. He's doing it old school. Like, I got married really young. So he's only 21 or 22. I think he's 22. So him and Julia got married. But really, that's the best time to get married, I think, at that age.
When you're filled with life's optimism before you get cynical.
Exactly. So, and it was I was emceeing and everything just worked. In the old days, I used to MC many, many years ago in my weddings, parties, anything days. And, it's always fraught. There's a lot of emotions at a wedding, as you know. But to MC a wedding where you know everyone and it just all worked. Yeah. Possibly because I was drinking the black fish all night.
What's that mean?
The Great Northern, the mid-strength. So,
I see.
It's that watery stuff. It takes you longer to become a dickhead. So, that's
So about 11 o'clock it all collapsed for Jones.
I drank myself sober pretty much. I thought, because you just end up just being bloated and you stop sort of drinking. So that was a good thing. But I was very happy. Everything just went as smoothly as anything.
So all the food worked, the speeches worked.
Everything worked.
Wardrobe malfunctions.
That's
one
a lovely
problem. Story.
There was not one problem throughout the whole night.
We were very anxious, weren't we, on Friday because Gen Y Rye's brother was having his 21st, and you casually mentioned, Ryan, that your dad was going, because I said, what's happening with the food? You're having it at home, and you said your dad was going to cook some schnitzels.
Yeah, so he was going to cook one schnitzel per person at the party, which caused you a lot of distress because...
It did, because you've got one normal domestic oven.
Yeah.
With how many people were at the party?
Well, we were planning for like 50 to 80 sort of people.
Yes, and so your dad was going to cook schnitzels and chips.
Yeah.
In just as he went.
Yeah, and so you were hounding me about this, so I had to text him to get all the details. So it was 12 kilos of schnitzel and 14 kilos of chips that he had to try and cook over 2 days for two separate sort of parties.
And we were concerned because we had a worry that your dad was perhaps buying munchauses through proxy trying to kill you. Because there was a few times you wouldn't show up to work because your dad had made you food.
Yeah, there was a few incidents where me and my brother we'd wake up together in the middle of the night and have a bit of a chuck because we had a bit of dodgy lamb. But yeah.
So here's your dad got his own mini version of Jonestown, which we were worried about would happen on the weekend.
But I was even more worried that, say there's 50 people, schnitzels, it's like making pancakes. You have to make them as you go. How do you feed that many people in one go?
Yeah, well, what he did, so he did 8 schnitzels at a time in the oven, and then he sort of cut them up. So it wasn't one. I think the one schnitzel per person dream was quickly shattered. Got some chips, and then it was like Jesus just handing them out to the crowd. I thought, Jonesy, you were hounding me about this because you were trying to do some spade work for an invite to the party. Because Amanda, we both know how much Jonesy loves a free chicken.
Well, mate, I couldn't have come because I've had the aforementioned wedding on. So it all worked.
So he did chips in the oven as well. I know I keep asking this, but he is like Jesus.
Yeah. I will say it was a bit on the tender side.
Right, so it's pink.
No, it wasn't pink, but it was, it wasn't the greatest.
What was my advice to you on Friday when we left? I said to you...
What was it?
I said to you, what did I say?
I don't listen to your advice, so I
said just stick to the chips and salad. Don't eat the chicken. I can't believe he did it without even shallow frying. Did he shallow fry?
I don't know what that is. What shallow frying?
No, he stuck them in the oven. No, he didn't.
Straight in the oven.
But I'm feeling like I missed an opportunity to have a day off work now.
Yeah. Was there a gravy?
No, there's like a little sauce Tomato sauce,
okay.
yeah. No gravy. I think that was a step too far. Yeah. Anyway, we still got chicken at home, so
Of course
if you want me to
you'll-
bring some in, I can.
Yeah, but 3 days from now, just leave it on the bench.
No need, mate. It's all right.
Jam Nation.
We're doing a grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Giggity, giggity. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right. Here's the skinny $1,000.
A skinny 1,000. Do you want to make it a fat 2,000?
I've incorporated skinny into my act lately. What do you think? Do you like it?
Well, you've did it twice today.
Well, that's the second time. I just, you
I
know.
know. How about we leave it at that?
Okay.
But we can give you $2,000.
Sure.
All you have to do is answer one bonus question, but it's double or nothing.
Martin is in Forestville. Hello, Martin.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good.
Martin, do you enjoy the phrase, this is the skinny?
Here's the skinny.
Here's the
Never heard of
skinny.
Well, there you go. You never heard of it until now, Martin.
Is it a crime word? What's it
No,
where's
just
it
here's the
from,
skinny.
Brendan?
Here's the deets. I like
But
deets
why the
too.
skinny?
Here's the skinny. Martin's going
Just
to be
don't-
wandering
just don't
around
keep saying
Forestville
it.
Village
What's the
saying,
meaning?
Here's the skinny. I'm just saying,
We
where
don't
the
know the
they,
meaning of
when
it.
people say they're the they, I heard them talking about it, where the they.
Yeah, but when I say to you, what does it mean? You
It
don't
means
know.
the details.
But why the skinny?
Look, I
What's the
don't
origin
know.
of it?
It's just, here's the skinny. Here's the thing.
Martin, let's see if we can end this conversation right here, right
Hang
now.
on, you
10
started
questions.
this.
60 seconds. 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass because we usually have time to come back, okay?
Yep, all good.
All right, Martin. Good luck. Fingers crossed.
you.
We know what that means because here it goes. Question 1. What is kindy short for?
Kindergarten.
Question 2. How many days are in March?
30.
Oh, no. Martin.
That was far too skinny
if
a go.
someone gave you the skinny on
31.
that.
Oh, no.
Martin, Gemini Rise, just Google where the skinny comes from. Gemini
And
Rise.
what is it?
It stems from military slang during World War II.
There you go.
Probably from the idea of naked or undisguised truth.
There you go. Thank you, Martin. That's something you can bandy about the place.
Well,
Thanks a lot.
Martin, $100 for your groceries, and I'm so sorry we didn't go further with you today.
That's all right. Thank you very much.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Let me tell you a tale about a waitress called Tonda Dickerson. She's an American waitress. This happened a number of years ago, 1999. She was tipped a lottery ticket. So some guy says, thank you, here's a lottery ticket to say thanks. And she won $10 million.
Wow.
A lot of things cascaded from that moment because she quit a job and then her co-workers said that she had agreed that if it was going to be a winning ticket, they'd get some of that. So they sued her.
Oh.
Her colleagues sued her for their share. That was upheld in court, then it was overturned, this went on for years and years. Then the guy who gave her the ticket sued her
Ugh.
because she'd made a throwaway comment saying, if I win, I'll buy you a truck. And she claimed, her lawyers claimed it was a throwaway comment, the sort of thing it wasn't a deal.
Where's my truck? It's like Hemsey years ago when he was on Home and Away, and I said to him, you're going to be bigger than Eric Banner. And he goes, really? I went, yeah, and when you are, you buy me a jet ski.
And what
I'm
did his
bereft
lawyers
of
say
jet ski.
when you got, and you still got those taser marks down your
Doesn't
back.
take my calls anymore.
No, funny that. So that wasn't even the end of it. So she's being sued by her colleagues who wanted to share, being sued by the guy who bought her the ticket. Then her ex-husband kidnapped her at gunpoint.
Oh, my God.
And she ended up shooting him in the chest to escape this situation. And then she had to go to court from the IRS. Their taxation department took her to court. So this whole cascading horror from the moment she won $10 million.
Man.
You'd think you win $10 million, your life turns around. It did, but not in the best of ways for her.
It doesn't. It doesn't. There's a lot of tales like that where people have won lottos and things like that, and it just never works out.
Or even the smallest of things. Say you win the meat tray at your local club, and on the way home, it tips over and all the sausages go all over your floor.
Okay,
The tribal drum is going to beat for good win, gone bad.
I love it.
That's life. You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
That's what happens.
You don't have to win $10 million for it all to go to plops.
This sausage thing happened to you, right?
No.
Sounds like a you. Sounds like such a you thing.
You know the sort of thing that I would do? I would win the meat tray, forget about it, and leave it in my car for 6 weeks and wonder where the maggots have come from.
Maggot City.
Good win, gone bad. If you're our man of the match, a set of Yamaha True Wireless earbuds from the Australian Hi-Fi Show.
Whoa, I just lost mine the other day. That'd be great. I might ring up.
You can experience the world's best audio and AV gear at Sydney Central Hotel, April 5 to 7.
I would ring up, but I don't have a very good story except about my friend with the sausages in the car.
Good win, gone bad. What have you got for us?
Jam Nation.
Tribal Drama's beating Good Win, Gone Bad.
That's life. That's life. You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
This is because of a waitress, Tonda Dickerson is her name. She was tipped a lottery ticket. She wins $10 million. Then her colleagues sue her because they said, well, you said you'd give us some. Then the man who bought her the lottery ticket sued, saying you said you'd buy me a truck. Then she was kidnapped by her ex-husband and had to shoot him in the chest. And then the tax department chased her. So she's had she answers to the name of Lucky.
This scenario...
You'd think that'd be the luckiest thing of all.
This scenario happened to us many years ago. Remember on the show, Surprise, Surprise, Gotcha? And the joke was, it's one of those candid camera shows.
Yeah.
And there's a guy at the bar, he can't afford to pay for the round. He goes, oh, it's Jonesy and Amanda in this bar. What are you doing here? And you didn't know. And then he said, I tell you what, you, because you're such a great person, offered to pay for his drink. And he said,
He gave me his Keno ticket.
He'd take my Keno ticket, and then you ended up winning $1 million.
I don't think it was $1 million.
It was $997 and $98. Yeah, it was a lot of...
But the joke was supposed to be... Well, wow, in the end, because everyone comes and asks for me to fund their local charities and to buy everyone food in the pub and all of this.
And then which you do.
I never really believed it was my money because I thought this isn't my ticket. This is the guy's. So I never thought, woohoo, I've got all this money. So in the end, they come out and go, gotcha. And you go, well, duh,
in the end,
my ticket.
You spent $20,000 or something promising people the world.
That was supposed to be, and the ticket wasn't real or something. I can't even remember the detail.
It's out there on YouTube if you want to watch it. We're looking a lot younger. A lot younger. It's scary. Michael has joined us.
Hello, Michael.
Morning, man. Morning, Josie.
Good win, gone bad. What happened?
Oh, mine's sort of similar to what you were talking about, Amanda. But, I went down the pub and won the big, massive meat tray, which was was about 8 or 9 big ribeyes. And I was sort of bragging about a bit, having a ribeye in ages, you know. And the boys convinced me, all right, must be your shout for a barbecue and that. And I said, yeah, no worries, I promise. And called up a couple of friends over and at the same time, they went home without the ribeyes.
Oh.
I called up the next morning, they were gone. The only problem is I'd already promised everyone this barbecue, so I'd go out and buy a whole bloody 9 ribeyes myself anyway.
So you'd left it behind and it had gone? Duh.
Yeah, left it behind in the fridge, sort of thing, to keep it cold.
Yeah.
So I stayed and had a couple of brewskis with a few of the boys, and in a hurry to get out of there, forgot all about it. By the time I got home, I thought, I forgot it. So I called up at 10 o'clock next morning, there's nothing in the fridge. Someone else must have grabbed it.
Of course.
No. And you, of course, then had to go and buy all this meat for the barbecue. That's brilliant.
Happens. That's the worst thing. And when you win a meat tray, it's a bit of a pain in the neck. Like, it's a good
thing.
thing.
You have to carry it around.
And then you've got to refrigerate it, and then if you want to go out later, well, what do you do with it?
Yeah, I think you do what Michael did, but you put your keys on top of it, so in the fridge.
And well, how do you get into your house?
Well, that's the thing. Before you go home, you think, I make sure I've got my keys. Or maybe that's the thing. Maybe you forget all of it. Put your wallet on top and leave that on the counter.
I think curl up and sleep in the fridge on top of your meat. That's the only way.
Don't buy a ticket in the first place.
Brad has joined us.
Hello, Brad.
Hey guys. Bit of a long story, but it was a bad one. The guys at work had a social club. There was 10 of them. 1 week they used to buy lotto. 1 week they threw in. One guy dropped out because he didn't have the money. Another guy happened to be in the office. He dropped in. They won $1 million. So big argument come out about they were going to throw in to help this guy that dropped out. Anyway, there was a big back and forward. The whole group ended up arguing with each other. But the worst part about it was there was a husband and wife that were in it. And they both won a share. Well, the husband has fessed up that he's had a bad gambling problem. So he paid off his gambling problem with the money. But the wife was that angry that he lied to her for over 10 years about his gambling. And they ended up getting divorced because of it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So, and none of that would have come to light.
Yes, but the whole social club fell apart because of this gambling and also the argument about the guy, and they all end up hating each other. But yeah, it wouldn't have happened if they won all the money.
Exactly. Social club becomes anti-social club.
And a marriage breaks up, and no one would have been any the wiser if they hadn't won that money.
See?
Fascinating. We're going to take more of your calls after the news.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
All right, let's get started. Overdrive. Brace yourselves. Come on, baby. Bring it home.
Well, you delighted us with the story of Tonda Dickerson.
Tonda is a waitress, or was a waitress. She won $10 million because she was tipped a lottery ticket. Then her colleagues sued her for their share, and then she was sued by the man who tipped her the ticket because there's an offhanded comment. She said, hey, if it wins, I'll buy you a truck. It's not really legally binding, but he took her to court anyway.
Tell that to Hemsey. You'll be bigger than Eric Banner. Will I, mate? That's what he said. I said, mate.
And you said?
I said, just buy me a jet ski when you get there.
Okay.
That was some years ago.
Let me just check. I look forward to the legal battle.
In the car park. Is there a jet ski from Hemsey?
Don't check your phone to see if he just got back to you about it.
He's blocked me now.
Well, then she was later kidnapped by her ex-husband at gunpoint. She had to shoot him in the chest, and then the IRS, or the taxation department, came after her. So $10 million seems like the best day of your life. All the days after it, not so good.
The tribal drama's beating for good win gone bad.
That's life. That's life. You're riding high in April, shut down in May.
Shut down in May. Jess knows. Hello, Jess.
Well, I don't know, IRS or three angry kids. What's worse?
What's happened?
So I went to my kids' school fete. You know how fun school fetes are. You pay your $2, play little rides, win a prize. And on one of them, I took home this beautiful coloured fish.
Mm.
My kids had started collecting fish for their aquarium probably for about 18 months. And my son in particular took it really seriously. He knew all his fish. He picked them well. Anyway, so I brought this fish home. They were living at Grandma's house. I put it in the tank, gone and picked them up from Grandma's house, gone to bed, woken up, and the only fish remaining alive in the tank is the beautiful colour fish that I brought home from the fete.
Oh.
My son turns around and says, "You're an idiot, Mum. That's a fighting fish."
Oh, you put them, yeah.
No.
Jessie.
No.
And I'm talking, it killed some very expensive fish. Very expensive fish.
But you wish you just wanted a bar of soap.
It's
or
like,
something.
remember my daughter Romany had that little bird, Ozzy, and remember I let one bird fly away by accident, and so I got in trouble for that. And then I thought I'd look after Ozzy, and I started feeding it rocket. I didn't know you're not allowed to feed birds rocket.
What would make you think to give a bird rocket?
Well, it was rocket hanging around the fridge. It's about to go off, and I thought, I'll put that into, here you go, Ozzy, eat that. And the thing killed it. Something happens, they can't get it out their cloaca.
And then you put it in the fish tank.
And then they blow up.
Well, that's a dreadful story, Jess. Imagine that. That's
Thank you,
dreadful.
Jess. Thank you. Thank you for all your calls.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation Podcast.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. And you may have seen over the weekend Latrell Mitchell swearing. Does it pass the pub test? That's what we're talking about today.
He was being interviewed on Triple M after the game. It was probably about 10 o'clock at night. But we've obviously beeped it out. But here's pretty much how it went.
It looked like here comes South, but it just got away from you.
It's all right, mate. Look, honestly, it was in the first bit, just a hard game. Showed what we were about, and honestly, they're big boys. They say good on that. I don't care if I'm swearing, boys, honestly. But I'm very happy. Scored 100 tries, so there's something to celebrate there. That was my 100th, so
well done.
Yeah, everyone.
All right.
I go writing up stories now. You follow me.
Okay, thank you, Latrell.
That's Dan Ganane wrapping it up. Poor old Ben Dobbin was a bit taken back because he was like, oh, gee. Our old mate, Big Tone Maroon, was less forgiving. He said Latrell Mitchell's behaviour last night, mate, if you're listening, you're an absolute disgrace. You're an embarrassment to our jumper and the tradition and the people it represents. For you to get on the radio live on air, drop the F-bomb half a dozen times, then give yourself credit for scoring 100 tries. I honestly cannot fathom what's going on your head. If any of the hierarchy at our club is listening, for God's sake, pull this bloke into line. So
the NRL chief executive, Andrew Abdo, said that while the players are professionals and role models, etc., he said we encourage players to be themselves and be authentic, and they'd be taking the matter no further. It's one thing to be a character, and Latrell Mitchell is a fabulous character.
I love him. I think he's fantastic. I think he's so good, but he is a firebrand. I would suggest to the powers that be, don't talk to Latrell Mitchell straight after a game if you don't want that sort of language coming through.
He's a professional player. He's being paid a lot of money and part of that game, part of that fee is to be the face of the team and to do these sort of interviews. That's kind of not acceptable. Well, some people said it's after 10 o'clock, so kids aren't watching, blah, blah, blah. But if this is the culture of how you do a post-interview game, what does that say?
Candace Warner has come to Latrell's defence saying people like Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Mahomes, they've all drop the F-bomb, but probably not in such a deliberate fashion. I would say to anyone, when you see a 10-year-old kid walking through the shopping centre swearing like a sailor and you complain about that, then this is why. Because if you swear in front of kids, little kids, they think it's okay to do. So that's what you're going to get. You're on the train and some little kid's swearing a blue streak. Well, you can say, well, that's why, because we're condoning it. So does it pass the pub test?
Yeah, we're normalising it. Latrell Mitchell's swearing. Doesn't matter. Does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Emma Gillespie, editor at the Daily Oz, is here. It can't be all about Kate Middleton.
Exactly. And that goes to the very heart of the conversation I want to have with you today. Meghan Markle, she's back with an Instagram brand, American Riviera Orchid. What the hell is that? Unclear, but she's got a new Instagram page. Yes,
it's Kate Middleton's abdominal operation.
It's the code name. So Meghan's back. She's launched an Instagram. It came with this 16-second video. It's obviously a lifestyle brand. So we've got this vision of Meghan in this kind of grainy, warm kitchen mixing something. It's very lovely. It's very sort of retro homemaker, domestic goddess. So American Riviera Orchid is what this brand is called. We think that from the trademark information around it that she's going to be selling, you know, tablecloths and crockery and jams and stuff like that. Sort of Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow vibes, but in the kitchen.
Without the candle.
Yeah.
Yes, and without the sort of weirdo genital stuff.
Yeah.
But because they haven't been the big money-making force that they wanted to be. I know Harry's book did very well, but their Netflix deal and their Spotify deal, a lot of stuff has fallen over for them.
Exactly, and they've kind of fallen out of the conversation a little bit in the last sort of 6 to 12 months, which, you know, critics would say that they probably have hated that. But people are really talking about the timing of this announcement. Obviously, you know, a lot has been discussed about Kate Middleton in recent weeks. And so there's been sort of a two-part argument here that some people are saying that Meghan's launched this lifestyle brand to sort of be like, look at me, there's too much attention on the royals at the moment and we want a piece of that pie. And then other people are saying maybe it's not that sinister. Maybe she's trying to help Kate out. Maybe she's concerned about her. There are reports that she reached out to Kate several times and that she's worried about the sort of Photoshop frenzy and the fallout of that because, you know, Meghan knows what it feels like, I suppose, to be on the receiving end of that stuff.
Because they were friends at one stage, weren't they?
Well,
did they get on?
Who would know? Who would know?
We don't really know a lot. It's been very frosty. What we learned from the Netflix documentary was that when Meghan and Kate met each other, it was more formal than Meghan was expecting, that she sort of was thinking she was, you know, meeting her partner's family, but then it ended up being very much like, you know, you're meeting potential future colleagues rather than friends and family.
But it's English versus America. The English are always going to be
celebrity and celebrity versus royalty. They're two very different things.
Very different.
But I've noticed that in recent weeks there's a lot more sympathy for Harry and Meghan and the decision that Harry made to take his family out of this, because it's looking like this might be a toxic family situation that's going on with Kate and Will, and that maybe Harry did the right thing by bailing.
And what's funny is they've kind of, how the British press have treated Kate the last few weeks has really proven Harry and Meghan's point, which all along was that they were kind of the scapegoats to distract from whatever Will and Kate might have been going through, that they were sort of the their PR team would have to deal with messes that they accused Kate and Will's team of planting in the media. So years ago, there were these kind of rumours that maybe Will was having an affair, and around that time is when the hate really ramped up for Meghan, and that they had believed that that came from inside the, in inverted commas, firm, as they call it. And now that Harry and Meghan...
It was as if the Sun newspaper, for example, said, well, we've got this story on you, William. And his team said, well, don't run that story. We'll give you this one instead.
Exactly, that it's all very calculated. And now that Harry and Meghan are not there in London to sort of be that scapegoat, that now we are seeing all of this criticism and bad treatment of Kate, and that maybe, you know, all along Harry and Meghan were right.
You know what it is? Many years ago, I was at a party and I might have had a few drinks and I said something insulting to my wife, and my wife's friend Vicky said, well, Brendan Jones, what have you got to say for yourself? And at that moment when I was about to say something, my best mate Scott, Vicky's husband, decided to do a nudie run through the party. And someone said, that man is naked. And I said, thank you, Scamp. Well done. Nothing to see here.
That man was Meghan Markle.
And exactly. Everything is solved by a nudie run.
As we always say.
Thank you, Em. We'll talk to you next week.
Tuesday and Amanda. Jam Nation. Podcast. We're not gonna take it.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Latrell Mitchell swearing, does it pass the pub test?
Yes, he was being interviewed post-game. It was probably about 10 o'clock on Thursday night, so I don't know how many children were listening, but it was pretty full on. He was being interviewed by Triple M, went a bit like this.
It looked like here comes South, but it just got away from you.
It's all right, mate. Look, honestly, in the first bit, just a hard game. Showed what we were about, and honestly, they're big boys. They say good on that. I don't care if I'm swearing, boys, honestly. But I'm very happy. Scored 100 tries. So there's something to celebrate there. That was my 100th, so...
Well done.
Yeah, everyone have
All right.
I go writing up stories now, you follow.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Latrell.
And Dan Ganane has gone from my philosophy on it as well. You can let a few swears go through, maybe one or two, but when it becomes like that, and when he says, I don't care, I'm swearing, as a broadcaster who's been in it for a long time, I just feel, well, no, we can't let that go. You're going to have to wrap
let's be a
that
bit
up.
more respectful about this. How do you feel, though? Latrell Mitchell swearing like this, does it pass the pub test?
Look, Latrell's a big character. I love Latrell. He's done so many interviews over the years and does so much for the community. For him to lose it in one interview, you know, everyone deserves a chance. So I think there's nothing to see there, you know. Like, he's done too much for the game and for the club and for the community to be crucified over one issue. So, yeah, let it go and move on.
No, it doesn't pass the pub test. He is talented, but he isn't a role model. Grow up, I say.
It probably doesn't pass the pub test, but I've heard him do lots of interviews and never heard him swear, so I don't know. Maybe they just caught him in an off moment.
I think it's disgraceful. It really is. And quite frankly, it's not surprising. Latrell has always put his mouth into gear before even thinking about what he wants to say. He never thinks about it. And I think Triple M, quite frankly, through no fault of their own, will be lucky if they are not visited by ACMA.
Ooh, ACMA.
Well, the NRL Chief Executive, Andrew Abdo, says we'd like our players to be themselves and be authentic, so there's no sanctions coming his way.
Just think about that next time you're down at your local shopping centre and you see a little 10-year-old kid swearing a blue streak.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation. Podcast.
It was only a matter of time before the greatness that I'm related to would come to fruition. And I'm
talking about Dylan on Australian Idol.
Dylan Wright from Australian Idol.
He has a beautiful voice.
He was amazing on
Cause we're living in a world of fools. We're breaking us down. Well, we all should let us be.
Wow.
We belong to you and me. Then you come to me on a song.
Great style.
I love it.
Keep me warm in your love. Then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show.
Sweet voice.
Wow. How deep is your love?
He's got star written all over
Yes.
him.
Dylan came into my life a few years ago. I was emceeing a thing and he was performing and he came up to me and said, did you know we're in a way related? And I said, really? I said, mate, you are true talent. And he is. Dylan is related to my wife.
Well,
and I don't have much talent in my family, so I'm cashing in on this. But the kid, he's got to win this thing. I know it.
He's
so
amazing. But it was
so vote
interesting.
for him.
that
Have you voted for Dylan yet?
It was Friday when you first divulged to how close you were to Dylan.
Oh, look, that was in
and
the past.
do you remember
That
how
was-
you tried to explain the history of this DNA link?
Yeah,
It went
I
a
might
bit
have
like
been a
this. Tell us how you know Dylan.
Dylan is Helen's first cousin removed.
How does that work?
Don't know.
So Helen's parents
Helen, my
and his
wife.
parents. Helen is your wife. Let's start there.
Helen's my wife. Let's do a family tree.
I'm going to draw an Arthur Murray-style dance chart.
There's Helen.
There's Helen. Okay.
Right, so Dylan is her first cousin.
Oh, okay. So you've said. So is it Helen's parents' brother or sister's
So Helen's
child?
mum's sister.
All right, so Mavis.
Maeve.
Her sister's name is
Pauline.
Pauline.
Yep.
And it's Pauline's son.
So, no, Pauline had a daughter, Anne. Anne is Dylan's mum. Anne passed away a few years ago, tragically.
And Anne is Dylan's mum.
Anne is Dylan's mum. And Dylan...
So Pauline's daughter, so it's Helen's cousin.
Helen's first cousin removed. Isn't that right?
What makes it removed?
I don't know. People say that. And I've been saying it for years. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, look, don't sweat the tin tacks about this. Dylan's in there on Sunday.
Is it Sunday, the big final?
The big...
Considering you watch maths every week, which is up against
Well, stupid Married at First Sight has taken away.
It's too addictive.
It's too addictive.
So what's Dylan's last name?
Dylan's...
Oh, Brendan.
No, Dylan's last name.
Brendan.
No, it'd be Dylan Dennis. No, that's not right. It'd be Dylan... Anyway, it's about...
Yeah.
So...
He's getting all the support in the world.
He is. And it's a lot of pressure. You put me under pressure, and I froze under pressure. You don't know how stressful this job is when you've got someone
worked it out.
just
It's
asking questions.
Helen's cousin's son. So does that make it a once?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Helen's cousin's son.
But he sang so beautifully last night. Did you actually watch it?
I watched it this morning.
You were watching.
So,
you're urging everyone to support him. You don't even watch it yourself.
Well, vote for him. Vote for Dylan, because the kid, he's going to be bigger than Guy Sebastian and Knowlesy.
Yeah,
He's
he
combined.
does have a beautiful voice.
He's like a
No
goal.
thanks to
He'll be
you.
like Golsey. Guy and Knowlesy. They'll make a Golsey. Did you see Kyle went the blub? The big fella was crying like a baby. He loves him. It's going to happen for him.
Let's try and get Dylan across the line. No thanks to Jonesy.
I've done all I can for you, Dylan, mate. You're on your own.
Jam Nation.
This is a fascinating story of the Sydney man who broke into his dead brother's coffin, chopped off a bit of his ear in an elaborate attempt to prove his nephew was illegitimate and should not inherit family money. Have you been following this story?
So his brother has died.
Yep.
And he thinks my nephew, my brother's son,
Is
not
illegitimate?
deserving inheritance because he's not. Well, not illegitimate. He's not his.
Not his, no. So not part of the... and because the brother died without leaving a valid will in 2022, this man, Zhong Li, has thought, well, I've got to do something about this. So he's gone to the funeral director and 2 or 3 days before the funeral, telling that they wanted to get a DNA sample from the deceased as they did not believe about the biological son bit. And the funeral director said, well, no, you've got to get permission from the next of kin, namely Cheng Li, who is the kid at question.
The nephew.
Yeah. So he's not going to say, yeah, rightio, about it.
So he went there then and chopped his ear off.
So Jin Zhong went to the funeral home on the morning, him and his accomplice, crept inside the chapel, used a set of keys to lock the lid to the coffin. I don't know, they locked them down.
No, I didn't think they did either.
They unzipped the body bag, got the corpse out, then chopped off a bit of his ear so they could use it for DNA purposes.
But hasn't he seen movies and things where all you have to do is run a cotton bud in the mouth or take a scraping from under the fingernails? You can solve crimes with that little DNA. You don't need to lop an ear off.
No, but, It's not like he's going
And then no one
miss
would
it.
know they'd been there. No one would know they'd been there.
Well, he was cremated 3 days later, so no one knew at all. The only reason this came to light, he kept the secret for about a year. He and a relative returned back to the funeral home and asked the director to sign a statement about the conversation they had prior to the funeral. The director questioned the pair, and that's when he confessed to the crime, saying, "I cut off a piece of his ear and kept it in my fridge." And the director said, "You did what?" And Lee said, "What else could I do?"
What else could I do?
What else
And
could I
everyone's
do?
gagging who went to his house and had those dried apricots for dinner. Jeffrey Dahmer was going back for seconds. And did it prove about the nephew? What did we learn about the nephew?
No, we don't know anything about that. All we know that he is his appeal for an unsuccessful against the $1,500 fine he copped for improperly interfering with a corpse.
$1,500.
That's what you
Is
get
that all?
for interfering with a corpse. Yeah, I'll have to remember that.
I thought there'd be more of a deterrent than that.
You get more for speaking on your phone and double demerits.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation Podcast. Don't miss the British Comedy of the Year, Wicked Little Letters, starring Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley, in cinemas March 21.
Listen to these lyrics. It's obscene.
Positively vulgar.
Don't worry, we can edit that out.
Jonesy and Amanda's Wicked Little Lyrics.
Yes, indeed. Each day we will censor lyrics from a hit song. The first person to correctly identify the lyrics that are bleeped out will win the cash and tickets. There are $1,000 cash and 2 tickets to go and see Olivia Colman's new movie, Wicked Little Letters.
It's a great movie. I absolutely loved it. And as I said, we are going to be talking to Olivia this week. She's one of my favourite actresses. I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, let's have a listen to what lyrics we have today. Ashley is in Curran's Hill.
Sounds like we're listening to Latrell Mitchell being interviewed. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Very well. Do you need to hear that again?
Yes, please.
Here it is. What 2 words have been beeped out?
Head and love.
Yes, it is.
Story of my life. Congratulations to you, Ashley. You've won $1,000 plus 2 tickets to see the British Comedy of the Year, Wicked Little Letters, starring Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley. It's in cinemas March 21. Good on you, Ashley.
Oh my God, thank you so much, guys.
Pretty good on a Monday.
I know.
We'll play again tomorrow.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I have my wedding coming up, so that will help.
Oh, good. Oh, excellent. Get yourself some bonbonieri on us. I just like saying
Expensive bonbonieri.
You'll get some good bonbonieri, whatever the hell that stuff is.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
Podcast.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
We have $20,000 cash to give to our favourite ghoulie of the year. So make sure you give us a ghoulie.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the iHeartRadio app, download that. Go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your ghoulie. It comes straight from your mouth to God's ear via us.
Are you referring to yourself as God?
No, via us. We are God's mouthpiece.
The Lord's going.
Some conditions apply.
Oh, great. I'd like to retract that.
I gave it to Latrell.
What have we got?
Tell you what gets my ghoulies, watching the nightly news and not one story about our women's sports teams. The men's all got a mention, and they lost, by the way, but our women's, who won quite convincingly, didn't even get a look in. No wonder women's sport in this country can't get equality in pay, sponsorship, support, and a following. But lucky you keep us up to date on the English Football League. Wow, priorities. Shame on you.
Shame on you. Yeah, give us
Who
more
won
women's
over the
sport.
weekend?
The women won, in my opinion.
Well, there you go. What a ringing endorsement. What else do we have?
What gets my ghoulies are people that walk into shops or cafes not wearing shoes. Bare feet It is disgusting. And I'm not talking about beach areas. I'm talking about regular suburbs. The rest of us have made an effort to leave the house. Just put some bloody shoes on. It is disgusting, and that's what gets my ghoulies.
True. Chris Hemsworth and his Mrs. Elsa, they can get away with it.
Well, they're in Byron.
They're in Byron as well. You can do that in Byron. You can walk around saying, hey, man, and you can probably put some patchouli oil on as well. Not my bag, but that's what you can do in Byron.
You can do that in Byron, baby.
You can do that in
Right.
Byron. You can go around and go, hey, man.
In normal life, just wear shoes.
Just wear shoes. Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't matter. You can always contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It is 6 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins a set of Yamaha True Wireless earbuds from the Australian Hi-Fi Show. Experience the world's best audio and AV gear at the Sydney Central Hotel, April 5 to 7.
Do you think I could give me a pair of those? Because I just dropped one in the water the other day.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. And then I lost my earbuds. You get a Jones and Amanda tea towel and magnet. That's just for you.
That
for
would
Monday.
come in handy.
That's a Monday egg.
Well, look, we were talking this morning about a woman who won $10 million. She's a waitress. She gets tipped a lottery ticket. She wins $10 million, but it all goes to hell. Her co-workers sue her because she didn't give them any. The guy who bought the ticket for her sues her because she said, as a joke, I'll buy you a truck if I win, and then he expected that. Her ex-husband kidnapped her at gunpoint. She had to shoot him in the chest, and then the tax department came for her.
Bloody
So
hell.
the tribal drum was beating for good win gone bad.
That's life. That's life. You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
Here's Jess from Manly.
I went to my kids' school fete. You pay your $2 to win a prize. On one of them, I took home this beautiful coloured fish. My kids had started collecting fish for their aquarium probably for about 18 months. And my son in particular took it really seriously. He knew all his fish. He picked them well. Anyway, so I brought this fish home. They were sitting at Grandma's house. I put it in the tank, gone and picked them up from Grandma's house, gone to bed, woken up, and the only fish remaining alive in the tank is the beautiful colour fish that I brought home from the fete. My son turns around and says, "You're an idiot, Mum. That's a fighting fish."
Oh, you put that,
no.
Jessie.
And I'm talking, it killed some very expensive fish. Very expensive fish.
When Mum brings home the piranha.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Phil is coming up next with our Sydney Royal Easter Show Ticket Blitz.
And we'll be back tonight from 6 for Jam Nation.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Once wild, drink till your goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Jam Nation podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.